Hi, it's Ronnie, and I'm going to scrap this photo of Charlie today. I'm going to use those alphas and that little bow that I pointed out, well, the die I'm going to use, and the scoreboard there, and Spectrum Sherbert. I found those flowers and the little pine cone punch that's already punched out and put together and everything. I'm not going to use the pine cone punch, but I am going to use the flowers and the leaves that are in there. And the packaging for the words, I'm pretty sure it was the words, is what I used behind the photo, and I matted it on some orange. Well, it's the orange sherbet one. And I'm going to make myself a bottle. You can barely see the bubble bottle there in the photo, but I'm going to make one anyway. And here I'm kind of going wonky with my lines because if you look on the top of a bottle, the where you screw the cap on, they look kind of wonky. So that's what I was going for. And I'm going to score the other one every eighth of an inch, and it's going to be my cap, and it's going to be off the bottle. It's going to be sitting down there at the bottom. And if you look, the wand that Charlie's holding in her hand is orange, so I'm going to make an orange wand to go with my bottle. Now, the photo isn't exactly about her blowing the bubbles. It's more about me bringing her own bottle. And she looked up, and I, of course, snapped her picture unexpectedly while I was giving her the bottle. But yeah, Reagan had come in. I went in to get him something to drink, a juice box, and Reagan had come in right behind me and asked if they could have bubbles too. And I said, sure. I said, go ahead and get them. Well, she only got one bottle. And if you've ever had kids with bottles and wands, they will both try to put the wand in the bottle at the same time. So to prevent that, I like for them to have their own. Well, she got them each a wand and got Charlie that one, and nobody likes it. It's got little rings all in it, and their bubbles end up way too bubbly to even blow bubbles with that thing. That you tell them not to shake the bottle, and they shake it. And you can tell if you look close enough at the photo that it does have a lot of bubbles already in the bottle. So they're all in the bottle. They're not going to be on the wand. And so I'm making my story about the bottle. So my title's going to be, look, here. I forgot what I said. I had to look over at the page. Look here, bubbles. And it's going to start out, you're going to see it with just look. And I wanted the look to sit on something. So I'm going to have a couple of tags there together. I originally planned the layout where the photo was in the middle and everything come down the middle, but it slowly went to the wayside once I decided to make the bubble bottle there. And so I had it planned for three tags to go on there, one at the top, one right below the photo, and one at the bottom. And the title was going to be to the side of the picture itself on the other mat. But it changed really quickly as I went. And it will say, look, bubbles, until I find that little here in that tray. I guess I accidentally picked it up because I didn't remember it. But I thought, well, it probably goes with the look. It was probably intended to go with it. And if I don't use it now, it may sit in the packaging forever. And I thought it can still go with my layout and be a part of the title. So I will add it to the title. And I seen that ticket for 5 cents, and I thought, boy, bubbles are cheap. And the bubbles in that bottle are probably cheap, really around 5 cents, because I got them at the Dollar Tree, three for $1, and got several packages. And then I thought, well, I could just make my own. Well, I've got dishwashing liquid. I could make my own. So I ended up doing that a lot rather than try to remember to stop and pick some up. So maybe 5 cents, but I had to put it on there because it was just too cute a thought that went through my head, and it stuck because y'all know I like corny. Um, I don't know if I accidentally cut out. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know. This is my second voice over my computer. My program crashed, and then when it came back, it didn't have sound. It looked like it did, but it didn't. So I don't know if I have showed the punches, but I used a 1/3 inch and a 1/2 inch for the smaller circles there. And then the bigger circles, I used that Creative Memories cutter and used the green and the red trimmer things. And I saved the center part and the ring so I could have more dimension on my layout. And that paper is like perfect for bubbles. I love the other side. I thought, man, that'd make a good masculine layout. So I hated giving it up, but I've got so many bubble bubble photos. I've got several of them that I want to use. I thought, well, this one would be a little different. Usually use my bubbles dies, and I didn't use it on this one. I made the bubble bottle instead. But yeah, I it was hard resisting it. But it was fun having a different variation. Um, so I put foam tape under almost all of them, I think. But I did forget to ink them, so I am having to ink them as I went along on the video on the layout. But yeah, I love this collection. I love the bright colors and yeah, all the little mixed media things on there. Love that too. Uh, And of course, the fact that, you got the warm colors and the cool colors, and you can either mix them or you could have monochromatic. So there's lots of choices using this collection. And let's see, where am I at? Oh, I am still adding the bubbles. It will take me a minute. But yeah, uh, those kids are getting so big now. It's nice that I didn't have time to scrapbook all the layouts when I was working and have these to scrap now and to reminisce as I'm looking at them. And when I had somebody ask not that long ago how I keep them, I've got a bunch printed, but I have sticky notes with those. But the ones on my computer that I have that are digital and I put on the computer, this one wasn't digital. Um, I have I'll put let's say we're at a picnic or something, and I'll put it, and then when I scrap it for one kid's album, I'll put their name next to it and show that there is a picture in that album for that, so I'll know that to do it for the other kid the next time. And of course, this was Charlie's only one in this photo. The other ones, they're both, I think, in there. There might be one of Reagan by herself. I'm not sure. Like I said, this one wasn't digital. It is printed. And so ran across it and I thought, well, I knew I wanted to do a story about uh, because in my mind I'm thinking the whole time, that they're so good at sharing that Reagan got one bottle and two wands so they could share, but this is a case they didn't have to share. So I wanted to document that on layout and that they're always sharing, which will be in my on the back in my journaling. um, I am adding the flowers, and it's sitting right next to my hand. I think I can see the handle from here. It's an older Stampin' Up! Punch, and it has 3 flowers on it. So, of course, I punched out all 3 when I made them. And I am thinking that I wasn't, I didn't pull it out to show you, but I did the other one. I am thinking it's an EK Success one with leaves on it, and I cut the leaves apart. That's what I'm thinking. But I know I use that punch for the flowers. And I love it because you can punch 3 at once. And, punches are so much faster than dies. And so you can punch a bunch of them and make them up while you're watching TV and just have them on hand. But yeah, I, I I could have just left it with bubbles, but I was really wanting the texture to add to the layout, so I went ahead and added flowers too. And to add more dimension, I'm adding enamel dots, and I'm using the blue, a very light green, and the yellow. And I'm going to put them in 3 clusters, and that's it. That's my layout for today. And I wanted to thank you all so much for watching my video today. I really appreciate that. And if you leave a comment below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it too. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, thank you so very much. And those of you who leave comments know that they really make my day. Um, there's all 3 of the flowers that are on that punch. I really do not know the name of it, but it's an older Stampin' Up! Punch. But it's quick, super easy, and then all you have to do is put the circles on there. And there's my bubble bottle and wand. And yeah, uh, and there's that rub on. See how nice and smooth it rubbed on there? I love them. But I hope you all have a happy scrappy week and that you all find time to scrap. Get a little time to yourself and have fun and reminisce with your photos as you're scrapping. But bye.